Well, as you all may be aware, I am a complete and utter moron. If you, the keen-eyed viewer, will notice that I have my packs actually turned off instead of on auto. I did everything correct in the sense of turning the APU bleed off and the engines on, but then I didn't actually turn on the packs. So because of that, I lost my pressure gauge. So, and I'm trying to get it back on. It should hopefully come back on here in a little bit, but I don't really know what else to do except wait. So, sorry about that. Hopefully these will come back on. If they do, then I will show you how to set these up. If they do not, then we'll just call it a day. Alright, well, even though I pretty much killed everybody on board, including myself, we're still going to try and make it there in time. Now we're just in a blanket of clouds again. But anyway, we're going to start our descent here momentarily. We should start seeing the plane go down. We do have, actually, we're going to get that to 260. Are we at 260? I thought it was 262. It is 262. Oh, but 260 is coming next anyway. Alright, so we're going to just start descending right after we pass over Temple. Yep, Tempo, and then into Whitrow, and then Squawk, and then Glacier. And then we're gonna have some fun times trying to maneuver this plane around to get into the runway. Top of descent is only about 5 miles away, well 6 miles away, so we'll be there in no time. We've been at this flight for about 4 hours and 42 minutes. I'm not sure what time zone I'm in, but I think it's 11:59 right now. I think that's, I think I'm +7. We'll be +8 when we, I'm sorry, -8. I think we'll be -8, which is noon, when we land. So I'm not sure if we're -7 or -8 right now, but we're, it's noon. It'll be noon right now. Whatever. About 2 hours left before we should be touching down, from what I remember. 6 hours and 10 minutes. So actually about an hour and 15 now. Alright, we started our descent, if you didn't see that. We're going to descend all the way down. I can zoom out now and take a look. Well, it's pretty much a straight ahead descent, so everything's looking good. Hopefully we don't run into any weird weather patterns or reports or anything like that. So close that out, zoom back in a little bit, and just enjoy the descent. Well, isn't that a pretty sight? Man, look at that. Alright, we're just coming across 20,000 feet, which means that at 18 we're going to have a we're going to hit our transition altitude. So we're going to let our cabin crew know if they're, you know, still alive. We're going to tell everybody to buckle their seatbelts on, and that should be okay for now. We are going to hit a decel point very quickly here at Glacier, which I was trying to mess around and see if I could fix that error, but for some reason it's not resetting. At Glacier we should be at 17,000 feet, which seems appropriate. And then at Jaskin, which is right there, which is where our point is, that's where we need to be for 12,000 feet. So how I put this is that we're going to go to Jaskin, Woody, then Heather or Heather, and then we're going to hit the vector. When we hit the vector, it just levels out at 5,000 feet, but what I want to actually do is I want to go down to 4,000 feet and then turn toward Carfo. So as soon as we hit 4,000 feet, we'll turn toward Carfo, and then we should be okay. We should be going 162 knots by then. So we'll see how well this actually works out, but so far it's looking decent. Should be speed intervening at 250 knots coming up soon. Okay, we just crossed over, so we can now move to ground pressure. I'm going to keep climbing down. I might want to just go to 5,000 feet. We'll just bugger it down to 5,000 feet. We're going to have to slow down eventually anyway, but I want to continue our descent because that way we can, it doesn't take as long to get to Carfo as it should. Once we hit Carfo, then we can lock on the localizer, and then we'll be all set from Douglas to runway 16 left. So, shouldn't be too long now. Unfortunately, my cabin pressure is still on the fritz, so that's not going to work at all. Look at the scenery, though. There were some weird things going on with the clouds earlier, but man, that looks so nice. Welcome to Washington. We're coming close on our decel point, which it'll just intervene and go to 250, which will be flap 1 speed. I won't put flap 1 out just right away yet, though. I want to make the turn first. So as soon as we make the turn, as soon as we get to there, we could probably do flap 1 speed, or flap 1 down. We're getting there. Definitely getting there. Updated the weather again. Everything still is fine. Winds are at 3 knots, going out of 200 degrees. So we are okay to land on 16 left as soon as we cross, or as soon as we see it in place, I guess. Okay, we've hit the decel point. Plane is slowing down very nicely. We've got 5,000 feet plugged in. We'll actually make that go down to 4,000. We're making our turn now. Where is this heading? 163? Alright, that's not 163. What the hell? Oh. Whoops. 205. That's more like it. 205. Okay, so we're at a 205 heading. We got another decel point coming up over here. We keep going up in speed, so I'm not going to put flaps out yet. Until we actually hit an actual decel rate, I don't need to put flaps out. But we're making our turns around. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, we're going to hit Heather and then hit that vector, and we're just going to keep going out. And we'll come flying around this way, and we'll come into Carfo afterward, but we need to be at 4,000 feet. So as soon as we hit 4,000 on this vector, we'll make our right turn, go parallel, and then come back out. So I'll tell you what we can do. Oh, drag required is what it's saying. Let's put drag out, shall we? Put about half drag out. We'll see how that works. What we can do is we can put a fix on Seattle. We can do one at 4 miles, 10 miles, and 15. Just to see, just to make sure we have a visual awareness of how far away we are. Alright, that is decelling us very nicely. I realize drag is required. We're doing it. We're doing it. This actually does look like a fun approach. I mean, I almost wish that I could go around, but the way that this... It's Heather to Carfo. I mean, we might as well just go straight to Carfo. If we weren't going so fast, I would do that, but we definitely are, so we're going to have to go around. So, I mean, it's okay. This probably isn't the correct approach, but the way the flight plan had it... Oh, we've been flying for 5 hours. We've been in the air for exactly 5 hours, and we're just coming up on 8,000 feet. Getting the cabin. Make sure that everybody's got that on. We gotta put our lights on. Oops, we don't need that light on. Our pressure is still going wild. We don't know what's going on with that. Auto brake is set. I would say speed brakes are set, but okay, we're now dropping down below 230. So I'm gonna put flap 1 out. Level change this to probably to 195. We're going to cross through the localizer. Actually, we can stay at 210. 210 should be fine. There we go. That brings it back. Actually, we can slow down. We'll slow down to 195. Reason being is because we want to be out here when we hit 4,000 feet. We don't want to be inside. So hopefully that won't go too far out, but if it does, then we're okay. Flap 1 speed is actually there, 187. We'll just make this right turn. Well, we're flying right through a cloud. Heads up, everybody. For some reason the cloud looks like it hit in here. The runway should, or the airport should be straight ahead. I can't see it because there's too many clouds. Okay, we're gonna hit Heather. Once we do that, then we'll be able to make our right turn. It's saying we're above the glide slope, but it's mainly because we're... See, there's the airport there. I can actually have a visual on it. If we were actually going straight into it, we need to be a lot lower than we currently are. So it's okay for now. Okay, so we are now on the vector, and I can stop the level change. Oops. Actually, I want to do... Can I do speed? No? Okay, and that's fine. We'll just sit at the 4,000 feet, and then we'll go around and we'll eventually make our right turn. Whoop, we're getting a little lag here. There's our airport. Is that our airport? That can't be our airport, is it? No, I think that's our airport. Yeah, that looks like our airport. Okay, we're sitting at 182 knots. We should drop down to 162. I don't think we can make our right turn now. But we're just gonna make that right turn. Let's see, where's the heading? Heading's 165. So 345? Yeah, let's just make that right turn. We're gonna run parallel with it. We're gonna go out to about 15 miles and then come back in. I think that'll be okay. Look at Seattle. That's really cool. But there were fireworks going. Look at that. There's fireworks going off. That's really cool. Okay, we're hitting 4,000 feet. Probably drop down to 3,500. I'm on flap 2, right? No, I'm on only flap 1. Okay, so we can do flap 2 speed now. We're going to make that right turn now. And we're going to come all the way back. 293. No, we actually want to come back the other way. We want to come back 233. .237's okay. We can arm the localizer. See if it'll catch on. Once it arms, we'll go flaps 5. Dropping down to 2,500. We should be at 1,900 feet by the time we hit, what was that, Douglas? Looks like we're a little low on it. Just waiting for the localizer to hit on. There we go. Localizer is now selected. Okay, we can arm the approach. And we can go flaps 5. Waiting for it to catch on to that glide slope. Once it does, we're actually going to fly over this one. We're going to land over there. So we're still about 10 miles out. Waiting for it to catch on to that glide slope. Looks like we're doing fairly well, actually. Flying back over the city.
2,500.
2,500? Why aren't you on the glide slope? Oh, there we go. Alright. Finally grabbed it. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it did or not. It says VNAV altitude. There we go. Now we grabbed it. Man, that little bit of a panic attack there. Okay, we can go flap 15 and gear down. Down, please. Thank you. That we can go down to maybe 155. We're 4 miles out, so 4 mile final. We can go ahead and arm all the lights. One-way lights. Logo light can turn on. Don't really need a logo light. Go ahead and arm the second autopilot. We can go full flap now. One more. Okay, flap 30. Flaps are traveling. Speed brake can go back in. And we can arm it. We're going to ding the cabin. Cabin is all set. Under 146. Whoop. And now we can just keep an eye on it. Alright, we are confirmed landing 3. 1,000 feet. Looking good, looking good.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
$100. 50. 30. 20.
Throttle
10.
back. Touch. Reversers going on. For idle reverse. Auto brakes are going. Speed down. 80 knots. 60 knots. We can tap the brake to stop the auto brake. Put back the reversers. And we're going to try and exit right here on November. Okay, so it's disable autopilots, please. Thank you. I always forget that. So because of that, I ran out of power, which is okay. Spool back up again. We'll vacate off of this runway here on November. We'll call for a gate. Okay, parking brake is set for a moment. Clean up the aircraft. Spoilers can go back in. Well, actually, spoilers back in. Flaps can come back down. Auto brake can be turned off. Flight directors can be turned off on both sides. Stop the clock here. Stop the clock over there. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, judging by the charts, I need to go to Charlie, so give me a second here. Gate C. We can do... Let me see what the chart looks like. Hold on. Let's see if we can do C9. Ask for a follow me for Alaska Airlines. So he should be on his way here shortly. Turn off all the lights. Oop, that light can stay on. Taxi light can stay on. We can start the APU. And now our pressure's back to normal. Glad I could have fixed that one. Transponder can be turned off. It looks like we're pretty much cleaned up. If we got off on November, then it actually should be right there. Should be right around the corner. I don't know where there's the follow me guy. Alright, parking brake off. Try and catch up to this guy. Looks like it just took off. I don't want to get too close to him, because if I seem to get too close to him, he just goes away. But I think I know where we're going on this place. Never actually been in Seattle yet. I think we're rounding the corner somewhere around here. We should be going on the inside of Terminal C, and I thought Terminal C was right to the right of me, but here we go. Start slowing down. Yes, I see you over there. I'm trying to spool up my engines, but for some reason my throttle wasn't responding. Yeah, it looks like, so Terminal D is in front of us, and then C should be on to the right of us. I'd look, but I'm trying to drive this airplane. Let's see where this guy is going. Okay, now I don't know if he actually went that way or not. Oh, he's going over there. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought, so, okay. Let's pull it up just a little bit more. Looks like I'm turning into here. There we go. Try and turn this in properly. Let's see. A little to the left. Okay, there. Come on, just a little bit more. These brakes are obnoxious. There we go. Alright, well, turn on the parking brake. Move everything to the APU, including the ISO valve or the packs, and then we will cut off the engines. There we go. And I realized I parked a little weird, but that's okay. Can move the jetway into place. You parked a bit too far. That's fine. Whatever. Sue me. All right, we can turn off the seatbelt sign. The menu, FS actions. Let's get our ground connection set. We can go ground power and ground AC. Then we can request deboarding. We'll open up our doors. Or not. I did operate the jetway. My APU turned on. Is that why it's not letting me do it? Whoops. I meant to turn that on. Always remember to turn on your ground power before you do anything. That's okay. Okay, now it wants me to open the doors. I can't open the doors. Why can't I open the doors? Okay, well anyway. It might have been the altimeter problem here. But I can't open the doors. But anyway, that was it. We're just gonna have to deal with that. So we're here in Seattle. I can't, my passengers didn't really make it, and I can't get them out now. So, you know, could have been worse. Well, if you guys liked the video, put a like to it, subscribe, greatly appreciate it. Put any suggestions of anywhere you want me to fly in the comments. I'm even okay with going to outside the states. I really like Alaska. Alaska is very pretty. I'd like to fly around there too sometime soon, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Take